right, welcome to another episode of the Vansiclen podcast. Thank you for joining today. Today I got my man's Karl. Nana. Yes, sir. You live in Puerto Rico, right? You're in Puerto Rico over there?
Live and proud, baby. Live and proud.
For the viewers that don't know, I met Karl in October when I was invited to Jake Paul's camp for Anderson Silva. Karl, you're a freaking boss. He does everything over there. He's part of the reason that Jake is so successful, and I'm just happy to be able to meet you and have you on my podcast, man.
Yeah, it was great times we had out here, man.
Oh, yeah.
Learned a lot of good things on both ends, from you and myself. When are you coming back out?
Man, I want to be out there every day. I'm in camp right now, but I'm definitely going to make it out there as soon as I can. I know you guys have been traveling. Where were you just at?
Bro, I've been all over the world, bro. I don't even know the last place I was at. But I mean, our last fight, we were in Saudi Arabia for the fight.
That's right.
But we trained as well. We trained in Dubai for about a month. And that was intense, bro. And I must say, if you've never been to Dubai, it's a must go see before you die, bro. I swear.
Dubai before I die. All right, I'm gonna put that on my checklist.
Your bucket list.
All right, yeah. And you were there for a month.
Yeah. Yeah, we're out there. We trained out there for a month before we had the fight, which we were out in Saudi Arabia for about a week.
This is the Tommy Fury fight, right?
Tommy Fury fight, yeah. You already know how that goes.
I read a lot of stuff online. I thought Jake was sick. Was he sick going into that fight? Is that true?
He was working a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say he was sick, but I mean, he definitely put in a lot to the promotion of the fight where Tommy didn't really do anything, Like, Jake was all around the world, making sure, like, people got what they needed,
right.
Getting the pay-per-views up or whatnot, but Tommy was at home jerking off. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. But we went out there and did what we had to do, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I thought Jake didn't look like himself 100%. I thought maybe the travel, like you said, did take a toll on his body. But I thought even with that, the 8th round knockdown with the jab, bro, like, okay, Jake.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, overall about everything, I'm not making excuses for anyone or anything. But, hey, you saw the fight, though.
It was
you know what I'm saying? They say Jake fight a fighter, fight a real boxer, fight a real boxer. He went in there, stepped up with the real boxer,
right?
And dropped his ass. Come on, man, that boy been boxing his whole life. You know what I'm saying, Tommy?
Yeah.
If you want to back up and say anything about being a real boxer, grew up in a boxing family. Like the one of the greatest boxing families in history.
Right.
Damn, that was a big ass mosquito, huh?
You saw that?
That motherfucker was big as shit. I seen him all the way over here, boy. But yeah, but I'm saying though, Jake went in there and did his thing though, all the way across the 7 seas and everything. You know what I'm saying? And put the dude on the canvas though. I don't care what anyone says. You could go with the points, whatnot. Personally, I think Jake did his thing, handled that man, and put that man where he needs to be on the canvas. And that was the main important thing about that fight, to prove to the world about Jake being a real boxer.
100%. And if you ask me, I think Jake didn't fight at his capacity. Like, he could do even better than that. And I think Tommy fought the best fight he could ever possibly fight. I think Jake could beat him 9 times out of 10. Jake actually beat
100%. But I mean, again, I'm just saying that everyone could always fight better after the last fight. You go back, you watch your videos and everything, then you go sit down, go over with the coaches, and you find places and gaps where you need to like better yourself out, and then you go work on those to become better for your next endeavor or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
But I'm just saying every boxer could be a better boxer if they keep on with their career after every fight.
I agree.
That was just my point.
I agree with you, but like I said, when it comes to Tommy Fury fighting Jake Paul again, I don't think Tommy Fury can fight a better fight than that fight, and he
absolutely not.
Got handled.
He couldn't stop.
Yeah, and I hope that rematch happens. I mean, I hope it's in the works, and I hope Jake gets that chance to rematch him, and I think he beats him the second time for sure.
Likewise. I'm praying it happens as well, just like you. Yes. I'm trying to get back out there to the Middle East and shit, bro. That shit was wild, bro. It was beautiful, bro. It was beautiful. It was a life-changing experience, I must say.
Yeah, your videos, I was jealous, to be honest. Like, you were out there, and you weren't just doing regular Middle East. You were doing like how you should do the Middle East, and you can.
Yes, sir. One of the best times spent.
Where were you born, bro? Like, what's your story? Give me like an idea of like how you came.
My mom's vagina, but it's like let's just stop playing. Nah. I was originally born in Cameroon, West Africa.
Okay.
Then I moved to the United States when I was 10 years old with my immediate family, which is my mom, my brother, my sister, and my dad. And we moved to damn, you had to ask, man, rep in Maryland, baby. That's where we moved to. Yep. Yeah. Moved out there when I was 10 years old with the family. Went to school out there, dropped out of high school, roughly around 05 or so, and went off to do my own thing. I'm into music, like you remember that. You into music too.
Yeah. How did you start DJing? That's my next question. So
yeah, so like throughout high school, I wasn't very school spirited in such sense. So I spent most of my time, I was a skater. The skating culture was very deep into music, precisely like punk rock music. Well, not a lot of rock and roll. And that shit just got me pumped up. I was listening to a lot of like 311. And my passion for music just started to come out more. And I decided I was just going to learn how to play a guitar. Got a guitar. I acquired one somehow. Like God just blessed me with one. You know what I'm saying? I only had one string, but I just started strumming that motherfucker. And I just kept playing. I was getting blisters in my hands and whatnot. Calluses, I came to learn they are.
Right.
And over that, I went to the drums, learned how to play the drums. And then after that, my passion just kept growing. So then I wanted to start putting bands together. Right. I created a band with my younger brother after I taught him how to play bass too. So now he's a musician too. And we're fucking out there rocking. Went through a couple rock and roll bands, whatever. And then started coming to that era where the bands just wasn't happening. People had their different passions and dreams in life. Right. Not people really saw the vision or goal in the music scene the way I saw it. Everyone just wanted that whole let's be rock and roll fucking stars. Let's get big and have a bunch of money and sex, drugs, rock and roll kind of mentality. But people forget that you got to put in that motherfucking work though to get to anywhere. Yeah. To get to any rock star capability, you got to put in that work. But it just wasn't working out in the band scene for me. So I had to bounce out. Everyone went off to do their things, and then the DJ world started to emerge around this time. Right. I wasn't even into DJs, man. I was like, man, these motherfucking push a button ass motherfuckers, goddamn, get this shit out of here, It's right around when Dead Mouse and stuff was coming out, when the what was that called?
Dubstep?
Dubstep. Yeah, this is the dubstep era. This is when DJing for me.
2010, 2011 era.
Yeah. Exactly. That's when I started really noticing DJing, personally. It's been around for decades and decades. I've come to learn and understand. But this is when it started being prominently around my scene. So I was like, fuck it. I went and bought some turntables. And there was this local pub around my house, which we used to go to a lot. I used to do a little bit of an open mic night type deal there. Right. So then I transformed that into a dubstep night thing because everyone was into it. So I started having a bunch of people from my high school turn up. So yeah. And then I became a promoter in the whole scene. So now I'm promoting a bunch of different restaurants and clubs around my house, which is Gaithersburg area. Yeah. And then bounced out into Baltimore, where I spent most of my adulthood, where I was repping. And then I was DJing in both DC and Baltimore. And that became my living. I was getting paid as a DJ to work and live and eat. I work 4 days a week and just keep partying the rest of the time, bro. You already know how it is. It's just because every time you go, you're oh yeah, Karl. It's oh yeah, boom, boom, let's go.
That's your life, yeah. If you're in the music industry, that is your life, and that's
literally.
Yeah.
And it's if you got the bar owner calling you yeah, come hang out a bit. It's more of it's not they want to spend money on you. It's help me promote my place. Right. Because people like you, people like your ambience. So it's all business always at the end of the day. I became so good at Baltimore that I decided it was about time for me to get out of here. It became too repetitive for me. And right. I've always wanted more in my life. So a friend of mine who was living in Vegas had an opportunity for me to go out to Vegas and further pursue my DJ career, which is what I did. You only live once. That yellow thing popped in my head. I swear, it's the dude told me about it right after one of my gigs at an after party. And then I swear it was the next week, bro. I packed my bag. Living situation wasn't even ready for that yet as well. It was just bro, all I saw in my head was yo, this is an opportunity for me to do some shit. So if I'm going to be an entertainer, it made more sense that I should even be trying to start off there, because I was just scratching the bottom of the world at this moment.
Rise to the top.
Yeah, I've done a couple of little festivals here and there, but I was no major headliner. So why not go to Vegas and start learning how to rope them horses in? So I moved out there. I was out there for about a year or so. The person I was working with, like things didn't really work out according to plan as we wanted to, so we had to part ways for a bit. And then I decided to stay out there and man up my shit. And then I went to school. My mom helped me out, like, you know, went to school to become a certified nursing assistant. Yeah, bro. So it's CNA, bro. You might not have known that. Fun fact for you, bro. I can save lives, bro.
Makes sense. It makes sense when you drink because you always nurse your drinks, bro. It makes sense.
Hey, you already know. You gotta take your time with everything, you know. But long story short, yeah, stayed out there, got my shit. I was working and whatnot, and then a connection that was working with Jake at that moment. They were doing a birthday party for Designer the rapper.
Yeah, Panda,
and then
Panda.
Yep, exactly. And that song was popping at that moment too. You know, that shit was hot. Yeah, so they called me to come out there and help out with like the DJing and just like some, you know, some little hands-on work around the party.
Right.
You know, so I'm like, ding, here you go, get another opportunity. I didn't even know, but to be honest with you, I'm never gonna bullshit you. I didn't even know who the fuck Jake Paul was, bro. At this moment when I was getting this call, like I had zero idea what he did, who he was. I didn't even know he was living. I knew of his brother Logan Paul, you know, because I've seen some movies with him and shit. I wasn't into the YouTube scene at all. Like I didn't even know what the fuck was going on. But then they're like, yeah, it's Logan Paul's brother. I'm like, okay, like, all right, whatever, you know. So it's just like, all right, cool. Calabasas, California, bro. This is like my first or second time ever going to Cali, bro. And I'm just popping up in Calabasas, bro.
Oh, the Kim Kardashian drinks house next door.
That ass, bro. Like, bro, I don't run into Kylie Jenner just because I moved out there, bro. Like in the same store, bro. Like she thought I was Travis Scott, bro. It was crazy. I swear to God. Long story, so we're saving that for another episode. But but nah, dude, I'm like walking up to this nigga's house like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, bro. Like this shit's crazy, bro. I walk up, it's insane mansion, double gates to get in this bitch. I'm just walking in, some random ass nigga with the code and shit, bro. I had to go do some work, so I got in there. Just boom, got in there and got to work. The first thing they had me do, bro, was carry this big ass panda, bro. Car advertisement panda, you know, like the monster ones, bro. Yeah. That shit was heavy as fuck. Like you had to air blow that bitch up. Had me carrying that shit from the bottom all the way to the roof of this nigga's house, bro. Of Jake's house, bro. This is my first job, bro, at that house. Like that shit was crazy, bro. Panda, yeah, my first job was Panda. That is Panda. But yeah, bro, that's how I ended up at Jake's house. After that event we had there, which was very successful, must say. The manager who was managing the team at that point was like Team 10. I came up to me and asked if I would want to stay and keep working with them, you know? And I was like, damn, like that's wild. It was an honor to hear such a request. To be honest with you, because I mean, I got to vibe with a lot of people there that night, and I really liked the environment I was in. You know, it felt natural to me per se. And I said I would love to, but I mean, you got to talk to the people that gave me the opportunity to be here. So I think they went back. They had a discussion or whatnot, and yeah, that's how I got onto Jake's team.
Yeah.
And then before eventually I got to randomly meet Jake one day. Like I'm already like living in this house at this moment. And it, like literally, bro, like I moved there that weekend and I haven't left till today. I'm dead ass. It's been like almost going on 5 years. Like that weekend I got there, I have not left till today, bro. That's how I got in there and then eventually met Jake after I've been living in this house for like a couple of days. But that just goes to show what kind of man he is. Like he opens doors for people. 100%. And gives people lots of opportunities. You don't know who I was or where I was from, whatnot. Gave me the opportunity to come in there and do what I can do, and just been grinding and been alongside with the man ever since. You know.
Like, what would you say your role is now with Jake Paul and everybody?
I consider myself Jake's personal assistant, keeping the house in order, like managing his properties or something. You know. I mean, I work alongside with Marcos. You know, Marcos is my supervisor. Marcos like oversees everything. Yeah. But us working together and putting our heads together helps us help Jake run his very dynamic life. Because I mean, dude, if you could just see one day in that man's shoe, bro, like that guy's a workaholic and he doesn't stop, you know? He works so fucking hard. And so for him to work so hard, like the rest of us who follow him or the rest of us who are by his side, we put ourselves through the same kind of mental stress and like mental capabilities and physical capabilities to try to keep up with him so he can keep working at the top level, you know?
100%. I've seen it firsthand. So, I mean, I'm just asking you these questions, but I've seen it with you firsthand. You do everything, bro, from doing the gym stuff to travel.
Yes, sir.
Your ability to do all that is incredible because it's a lot. It's a lot to ask
Yes,
from
sir.
someone, and you've pretty much devoted your life to that. And it's cool to see your success and you get all that rewards from doing that because you've earned
Appreciate that. Yes, sir. Thank you, man.
Sure, man. What's been your favorite moment so far with the team?
Every day. I mean, I can't say I've had one favorite moment that I could like just call off the top of my head, because like there's never a dull moment when it comes to our team. Like whoa, did you see that lightning?
Yeah, I saw it. I've been watching it the whole time, homie.
Bro, that was crazy. But like when I say every day, bro, like I mean I'm a very like simple dude, but kind of complicated, but not really, bro. It's just like because every day is always new. There's something new I learned today that I didn't know yesterday. And there's never a day like a lot of the things I do are repetitive, but there's always something that changes that makes a day different. And having those changes in life every single day, even if it's in a different place, makes it so exciting that every single day is just amazing. It's good. It's very good because it comes with its own challenges, and like life won't be that great if you didn't have as many different challenges per day. Because if it was sweet as fuck every fucking day, you wouldn't really get the enjoyment of why you get to have those moments, which are really fucking good, you know?
100%. Yeah.
So that's how I feel. I mean, we're busy as fuck. Like every single day, it's a grind, it's a battle. And that's why I say I enjoy it, because that's the kind of mentality most of us have here. It's that gritty, get work hard mentality. And if we don't have that, then we're like really stuck, bro. We ain't got, like, what do we do now? You know? So we don't let ourselves get to that point. You can always find something to do.
You picked up boxing, so when did you?
Yeah, boy.
When did you pick up the boxing piece of that?
Bro, to be honest with you, I've been a lover my whole life, bro. I've been fighting and boxing, all that shit. I mean, even me and you, I stepped in the ring with you a couple of times. You can tell, bro. Like, it all came to me like again, hopping on this journey with Jake Paul, man. Like, no bullshit. Like, he had the nice ass gym in Calabasas with the bag in that bitch, and I used to just go in there like no gloves on at first, bro. Just bare knuckle African knuckles. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Ashy as fuck. My hands used to be ashy as shit. But I mean, I just be in there. Like when I get my time to work out, just hitting the bags, boom, boom, boom. Not knowing what I was doing. Then one time Jake came in the gym to train. He was like, yo, this was like low key, bro. You should become a boxer. But I mean, I didn't take it too seriously or anything, you know. I was just like, what? You know, it's kind of inspiring though. At the same time, just like to have that someone notice you doing something, you know, which you know in yourself, you don't even know what the fuck you're doing. That someone notices you doing something and then gives you some kind of credibility or say like, or some kind of motivational, like, hey, you could do this, you know. But they're not saying like, I'm gonna get your hand, pull your hand and help you do this. So ever since he said that, I just started taking it more seriously by myself. You know, I put myself more to be closer to him when he's training, be around his corner. You know, just worked myself in slowly to the point where he started letting me come along more and more. And I'm sitting there watching everything. Coaches are coming in, teaching him. And I'm sitting there just watching everything he's teaching him. And then when I get my free time, I go hop in the gym and I try to practice as much of the things that I saw. Because, you know, I got to take advantage of my surroundings, you know. It's like it costs bread to have people like that. All the great coaches came around and trained them. Costs a lot of money to have them there. So being respectful, I have to respect the trait that they're there to help Jake. So I can't be like in there like you know bumping like
you're smart because you're hearing and you're taking those advice that they give him and you're using that on your own. That makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely.
How would you say boxing has bettered your life since starting boxing?
Bro, I've been in the best shape of my life ever since, and not only physically, but mentally as well. Because like the exercises you have to do in boxing and literally like walking or going through life. You know, like especially like from the standpoint of how you train to get into the ring, like running, number one, like noticing like each step, every step counts, you know, and every time you get better and slightly better, you always notice like you always have more to give. You always have more to give. Like it teaches that mentality of like you can't give up on anything. If you believe in it, especially if you started it and you believe in it, you gotta finish it. You gotta finish it no matter how hard it gets. it's just one little step. Maybe you're going too fast for your own space, your own like for yourself. So sometimes you just gotta slow it down a little bit and coast, you know, so you can get your breath back. And then look, all of a sudden, like your mind just starts picks the pace back up again, you know, and you keep that mentality in your head. You reflect that onto your daily lives when times get rough or whatnot. You just go back, yo, remember when I was running and I thought I couldn't finish it? And then I just had to take a step back a little bit. You take a step back, then things start to come clearly to you now. And then you just gradually push yourself through. You can't rush through life, you know, and you can't rush yourself to get into the ring because you can't play boxing.
No,
and all the greatest will tell you that. Like everybody thinks it's sweet. Like even you can go hit bags like a motherfucker, look sweet as fuck.
Right.
But then when you step in that ring and somebody's throwing jabs back at you, it's not the same, boy. You tired like you just get tired for no damn reason just because you're standing in there, bro.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, sir. You're speaking truths, man. You're speaking nothing but truths. Who is Karl's favorite fighter?
Favorite fighter? I love Anthony Joshua.
Anthony Joshua, AJ, huh?
Yeah, I'm talking like right now, I like AJ, man. Like he just has a swag of his own that I really admire.
Hey, it's soon to be the vibes, boy. You're gonna change that answer, dog. Another fight coming up, I'm gonna change it, but
hey, who knows? Maybe one day it'll be me and you in there. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
okay. Shit, baby.
You don't want no smoke.
Hey, I want all the smoke, baby. I want all the smoke.
Hey, man, I appreciate you being on the podcast and taking the time
Thanks for having me.
Talk to me, man. You obviously have so much knowledge and experience. Just did homie when I came to camp, when I was in the house with you guys. It was amazing. Want to come back. I'm trying to make my way back there. You're always welcome to San Diego. Let me know if you're ever in this side of town, Cali.
I gotta head out there. I'm gonna come out there next time I'm free. Let's take it again.
I'm down.
Niggas up in the bed, we gon' drill it, baby. We gon' kill it, but get it. I got broad, yeah, I get it. I got cards, yeah, shit.